remember even when
Right.
I was younger. I remember there was one time, went to a all-you-can-eat buffet with my parents. I just
He
put in,
said, "I'm gonna regret not mentioning this, bro."
no, when my parents were like, why don't you stop? And I was like, later on, when I'm hungry, I'm going to
Yeah.
look back at this and be like, I could have had one more plate of food. Do you get
Nah, I
what I'm
hear
saying?
it still. Man, I go show one up, fam. Back in the office, fam. What you saying?
Back in it, ready to go again. Nah, different office this time though.
Nah, I even hear, I even see it. Right, we're not
Yeah,
chilling, fam. The car's
yeah,
still taking its time, fam.
yeah. Nah, there's still delaying, needless delay, fam.
Nah, I hear it still. What you saying? The fresh trim and that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Quick one. I just woke up on Saturday. I thought, you know what? Why not?
900. You know, sometimes you need to get a trim just to get the trim, bro.
Yeah,
Just,
well,
just to refresh the look, bro. Just to
my
refresh.
mum, my mum was like, "Oh, what's the occasion?" I was like, "No, no need.
Nine
Just,
hundred.
just, just was feeling it." But yeah, nah.
Word.
Another week. Tuesday. What's it? What was it like for you coming back? Because obviously,
Oh yeah. Do you know what it is? Yeah, like for me, obviously, it wasn't like I was saying this before, and it wasn't like a holiday when I went. It was more just like a
yeah,
change of scenery. But I guess like when you come back to here, you just clock that raw. The vibe there is different, isn't it? Like the
mm.
sun shining. It's not too bad at the moment, I'll be honest. But the way the sun shines, the way it's like you have more energy for the day, in it. Like the days
Yeah,
feel longer. You feel less like tired and that, bro. But
mm.
I guess it just is what it is. I'm getting on with it. I'm
Nah,
getting
it's
on with it.
calm. It's calm. Keep it stepping. But yeah, I feel like that as soon as you come back into the office, it's just one of those things. It's like adjusting to the norm again. So like, I don't know. Lately, last couple of weeks, I've been waking up, sun shining a little bit. Today, sun was shining.
Nah,
I
it's
was
true. It's
like,
true. The
okay,
sun is shining a little bit. It's
yeah,
true.
well,
It's
picturing
still
good.
cold, but the sun's shining, bro.
Nah, word for real. But no, I wanted to chat a bit more about what's it? Last couple of weeks ago, we were chatting about silver linings,
Hmm.
and it got me thinking. Only because I just feel like, in terms of life right now, I feel like it's an overarching theme. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it's deep. Like in the terms of like I've been speaking to people here and there, and like I think even from when I started work to now,
yeah,
I'm realizing there's a full sense of like, oh, this is it. Once you get like before you even get to start working, like people say, oh, you start working, start earning money, and it's like, okay, cool. Obviously, when you're coming from not earning any money to earning money, it's like, this is good. But then once you
yeah.
start it, then the nostalgia disappears. But I found a quick dilemma, and it's how to. This one, I felt quite bad when I read it. To be fair, I want to get your take on it. But it basically
No.
says you can chat to people in the industry, watch documentaries or YouTube videos, read textbooks, etc. But really, I feel like we're taking a leap of faith with most career paths. Unfortunately, due to time and financial constraints, it's just not viable to actually explore these different routes firsthand.
Hmm.
And this realization kind of kills me because there could be many paths that I'm technically more suited to, but will never know or explore in this lifetime. I guess this is more of an existential crisis. Do you guys have any advice though? That one,
Interesting.
I've yeah. What's
Okay,
your
one second. I don't know how if you have more context for this. Is this someone that has already made the wrong option choice, or is it like they're like a uni student type of thing, trying to figure it out, and they've just come to the realization that you know what, you can do the research, but you're not actually gonna know until you get stuck in. And
yeah? Because this is the thing. I feel like when I read this, I took it as this person obviously has gone through the step by step process,
right,
the step by step guide to life, essentially,
yeah,
what
yeah,
everyone tells you that you need to go through to obviously have a successful career, whatever. But obviously now they've got to the point where they're at where they're at, and they're
mm,
thinking, "Rah, is this it?" Do you get what I'm saying? And when I was reading it, I was just like, I think it was the thing I was chatting to you about the other day about like how life now is very it's in your face.
mm,
There's like when you go on like for example, I was on TikTok just before I came on this and I was watching TikTok and I was seeing this person giving guides to how to what's it? I can't remember what it was. I think it was actually to do with trading. It was like
so
guides to trading, and it's not even that like for example, let's say the average person it's they might see this step by step process and think, you know what, yeah, lucrative. This is better than the position I'm in now. But it's the Top Boy, they said it best. Is the juice worth
Is
the
it even worth the
squeeze?
squeeze? Is it even worth the squeeze? No word.
Is it worth the squeeze? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, is in my day to day life, I wake up like a 9 to 5. We've discussed this. It's not a 9 to 5. It's
Mm.
like, let's say if you work in London, a 9 to 5 is basically a 6 till 6, basically,
Simple, simple. Yeah.
essentially. So in that time span, you're already working. You're commuting to work. You're at work. You're getting home from work. Now, on top of that, let's say you've got kids. That's no longer a 6 to 6. That's now a 6 to 8.
Yeah, it's
You
done.
come, you come back. You have to look after the kids, make the dinner, read them the bedtime story, chill, cool. Now, what time do you have for yourself to actually dive into this like this?
11:45 to midnight, bro.
Yeah, what? See, see,
Simple.
it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like lately, like for example, I feel like it's how you use your time. So I don't know what's your opinion on like the saying of like 20s, your 20s are for grinding?
Ah, it's a good one. My short answer is that I agree.
Mm,
That's my short answer. Um,
mm,
my short answer is that I agree. The longer answer is that I can understand that it's more nuanced, and I can understand that in some cases, there are people whereby it hasn't clicked yet for them. Do you
yeah,
get it?
yeah,
So depending on what's happened in your life, I'd say the overall context of your life, like what you've actually gone through, even you as a person, even your I guess hobbies, interests, what you're actually drawn to, and your overall life outlook during your 20s, and whether you've kind of seen like how life is. Depending on all of that, I just got a message. You know what? Okay, cool. So depending on all of that, it's going to depend on how seriously you're going to say, you know what, I need to actually start grinding. So I
yeah,
think I think the most ideal thing is that people, yes, during their 20s, just say, you know what, let me use this time to give myself a head start in it.
mm,
But at the same time, let's say someone's watching this now and they're 36, bro, and they're like, yeah, it's peak. Obviously, 20s, I was just messing around doing my thing. I'm 36 now, got a job now, basically stuck. Maybe they've got 2 kids, whatever it is.
mm,
I do think at the same time that there's always a way. Do you get it? There's always a way to wig your way out of the rat race or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
yeah,
So I think in hindsight, for most people, they should try to grind their 20s out. But I think at
mm,
the same time, people should still have that hope that, regardless of what the situation is, now is still the best time to start grinding. Do you get it?
mm.
What do you think?
I think like obviously now I'm in a position where I'm working.
Mm.
I'm thinking back to do you remember when we were in school, John? And this is not to slate school teachers because if anything, I've actually heard a lot of people actually say. I think when you're younger and you're in school, you think, "Oh, you're a school teacher. Like, is that actually
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah,
you do?"
yeah,
Do you get
yeah.
what I'm saying?
100.
It seems like a last resort sort of thing, but I've actually met a lot of people that I know that actually have gone to uni to be a school teacher. Like, I think I met a guy.
Which I think is nuts to be fair,
It,
but fair
it is
enough.
nuts, but it's fair enough, innit? Some people love parting their knowledge, which is fair enough, but no, because I think I met this guy, Johnny, who was like, I was like, oh, what do you want to do?
Yeah,
And he was like, oh no, he was like, oh, he's studying economics. And I was like, oh, to do what? And he was like, I want to be an economics teacher.
simple.
And I said, I even wanted to say, are you sure?
Simple, nah, simple. 100. Are you actually sure about that? Like, why would you want to do that
Like, why?
voluntarily?
For some people, it's just what they want to do. But I always think, but when I think back to school, yeah,
Mm.
I think back to um, I don't know if you remember. I can't remember his name for the life of me, but I know he was basically David Attenborough. And what's his name?
Wait, are you talking about an our year?
He, a supply teacher. He came in.
Oh, I don't
He
remember his
came.
name. I know who you're talking about. I don't remember
You
his
know
name.
exactly what I'm
Yeah, I
like.
know
He
exactly what
came
you're
in
talking
like
about.
once every three
Yeah,
months,
yeah, yeah, yeah. The one
just to
that
top,
knew all about those different countries and that,
yeah,
bro.
well, just to top up
Yeah,
the pension. He came
yeah,
in.
100%, 100%. I just to tick the box of the pension, just to make
Yeah,
sure,
that
what,
works.
we need to see
Yeah,
100.
no,
100.
he came in, and I remember he was telling us about like all these trips he'd been on,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he might have been chatting whilst for all we know, but I like to believe that a lot of them were true in what he was saying.
for
But I
sure.
think I only thought of it the other day, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, you've lived a life. Do you
Mm,
get what I'm saying? Like, if all it is what you're saying is true, that is I believe to be true.
mm.
you've genuinely lived a life. And I think that's right now what maybe I have this sort of feeling of like the monetary value of from a job for me at this point is just no longer worth it. Like
Mm,
genuinely, like as in, let's say for example, obviously in law now, I think a lot of people have this like misconceived perception to say, oh, just because you're earning bread as a lawyer, you're happy. Nah, I promise you. I know some lawyers that are earning racks, jump, and they're just not happy. Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because I thought of it the other day. There was a lady in my work, and I looked at her, and she must have been like in her late 60s, and I'm thinking, can I actually manually imagine myself for the next 40 years?
Mm,
It doesn't matter if you're giving me 100, 200. It'd have to be so significant where I'm like, you know what, yeah, this is it. This is
yeah.
it.
No
You know what
word.
I'm saying? Because when it's all said and done, and you're looking back now, the lights are flashing, and you're seeing it's all coming back, and you're looking at what was like your life. You're looking back
Mm,
and you're saying, "Cool, I sat at a desk every day. I got up at 6 o'clock, went to work, on the train, home, saw my kids for maybe like maybe an eighth of my life. Do you get what I'm
yeah.
saying? Of the time that they were alive, I saw them for because even I deeped another thing as well. Now that I'm obviously older, I actually deeped how little I see my parents, even though I live in the same house as them. Like, because I think about, I wake up, I go to work usually before they're up or they're doing their thing and they're gone to work. Cool. I come back at 6. I then go to the gym till 8. I come back, I just say, yo, what are you saying? Everyone good, 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 cool, calm, run up again, the same thing. So I was like, this is mad, you know. So
Huh.
you actually only have a finite amount of time with like your family. Essentially, you only have like maybe I say
Mm.
20 years with your family, and after that, once you start working, you're not seeing them
So
like
Sean,
that.
do you think the key? Do you think the key is that working hard in itself isn't the pattern? As in, like, okay, waking up to 6 to get back at 6, and then basically having a couple 1 2 hours, and then doing it again. That isn't the pattern, or it is the pattern, but you just need to make sure you're doing something that you actually like doing. What do you think? What do you think is the source?
Yeah. Obviously, I believe in living life for a living. Do you get what I'm saying? I
Right,
don't believe in not working hard because I feel like everyone should work hard. Like
right.
this is what I'm saying. I feel like let's say for example, if we had the opportunity to let's say we can do this full time, I
Mm.
know that I will still spend probably 8 hours of the day on this. Do you know
Pattern,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
But the gains I'll get back from doing this are way more than the gains I get back from continuing doing the profession I'm doing now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if I split the same amount of time into both of the things, I know for a fact, Joe, I'll get more gains from
I
this
hear you.
than,
I hear
than
you.
I would that. Do you get what I'm saying? Which would allow me in turn to buy back some time, which I probably wouldn't have if I kept stuck to this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
hypothetically, if I don't know, I'm trying to think of a job. I'm trying to think of one. Let's say I don't even know.
Like a
I even
pilot
like.
thing.
I say that again.
Like a pilot thing.
Yeah, I don't know how much these pilot guys are. It's a good
They
question.
make their, I think they slap their bread, but I think it just depends on the airline and everything you work in it.
Mm.
But I know these man do, depending on what they do some nuts. They do some nut shifts, bro.
Like they do
Because
some nuts.
obviously it's like just being a bus driver, but you're just going from country to country, and then obviously depends. And if it's like a long thing, then obviously yeah, you get more rest than that, and obviously they'll get the weekends. But because I remember I was speaking to one time when I was doing
Mm.
the fitness thing, and he was like looking to get a plan in it, like a
Yeah.
thing in a fitness plan thing. So then once I spoke to him, and I was just like, bro, so what does your schedule even look like? Like if you're gonna do this fitness thing, like when are we gonna be chatting to you? And he was like, no, that's fine. He was like, no, that's fine, mate. He was like, after 5 p.m. I'm good. He was like, I start at like 6. I'll do
You
like
know,
he'll do like bare trips. Like I think he does Europe, so he'll go to like Ireland and back, and then go to
I
Spain
was
and back,
like,
and then by 6 he's at home, bro.
what, man's doing press ups in the cockpit.
Simple. And he said, it's calm by 6 I'm home, bro. I said, set. I said, what? I can go up.
No,
So,
that's cold.
but I hear what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. It's
It's one of those things. Like now, I'm seeing like when I look at people, I sometimes obviously it's very saturated the market for like let's say even what we're doing, what
yeah,
you see on people on TikTok are doing, or
yeah,
people on YouTube and Instagram, all that. But I understand why people are doing it. People are trying just to create some sort of free time. Like I don't know.
mm,
There's two ways you can look at it. It's like doing it to earn a quick penny or doing it to earn some time back. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
right,
I am now just at a point where I'm realizing, like, you know what, yeah, we, the world we live in now, the opportunities are incredible, John. They're
100%.
incredible, incredible opportunities which our parents just it wasn't even viable. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the
Right.
way I see, I think I was watching some TikTok and there was like these two kids, John. They must have been 14. 14. These lot started making TikTok channels. They literally reposted other people's clips from their channels. Put the quick, you see like a car driving down. It's like a virtual game thing, like split screen. The thing, John, views.
Bread. Yeah.
And it's like that's an idea which 10 years ago was never going to be a pattern where you could earn money from it. Whereas now you can, and it opens up so many doors. Where I think the older you get, time is speeding up. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I think right now people are trying their hardest to put some time back in the bank. Do you get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because
So what? So
everyone,
what do you think about the 20s in terms of the question you asked before? Do you think it's a time to grind, or do you think it's a time to, or would you say it's a time to like grind, but then you still need to be able to live life? Like, what's your thoughts
yeah,
on
no,
life?
I believe it's a time to absolutely grind. Like I said,
Right.
the example to my mum, I was saying to her because I was even about talking to her about what's it, the fitness thing I'm doing, and I was like, realistically, the body I have right now, I've got maybe a lifespan, maybe of like 10 years max.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's a lifespan. I feel like there's certain things like this is what I'm saying. You see a lot of people right now doing their fitness pages, doing because people realize I've got a small window at this. Once I start reaching 30, I mean, some people can maintain in their 30s or once they start having kids, but the whether the juice is worth the squeeze at that point to continue doing it, it becomes less viable. Do you get what I'm saying? So I
Mm.
feel like right now is the time to be making the most of the time you have because it's still regardless when you're in your 20s you don't have as many responsibilities as you think. Obviously, as you go through your 20s, they start racking up.
Right.
But to begin with, you've got very little responsibility. So I feel like once we need to be making the most out of that time that we've got to be like, you know, cool. I'm only 23 now. In 25, my responsibility could be two times, 10 times more than it is currently. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I need to make the most of these next 2 years before I reach that point. So it's like
Mm.
everyone has a choice. The people I know, like a lot of them at this age, spending their weekends going out, spending 100, £200 every weekend. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a choice. Do you get what I'm saying? You could that time you're using to do that, you could really be doing something else. But it's just whether at that point is it worth it for you. But then I just don't believe that. Then once you get to 30, I mean everyone's situation is different. But I feel like in this day and age, there's really no excuse to be getting to 30 and thinking, oh, life was unfair to me, man. No, it wasn't. You just didn't
Yeah.
make the most of it.
Maybe. Nah,
Do you get what I'm
especially
saying?
especially for dons in like our ends or like the developed world, put it that way. But even to be honest, regardless in it, like there's always something you could have done in it. There's always something that you could have done
This is
better.
what I'm saying, John. Like, no one's success. I never look at anyone successful and think, you
Right.
know what, you are like, wow. Like, don't
Yeah,
get me
yeah.
wrong. I respect what you've done to get to that point, but cut us both. We both bleed the same blood. Do you get what I'm
No.
saying? We both have the same bones. Do you get what I'm
100%.
saying? We're both
100%.
mere mortals. If we
Yeah,
both
yeah.
jump off a building, we'll both
We'll
die.
both die,
We're
bro.
both not going to jump off and you're going to land flat on your feet. Do you get what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah, yeah, word.
So at that point, then, what separates you and me?
Hmm.
Nothing. It's just purely you chose to make the most of your time when I didn't. And
Yeah, yeah.
now you have the competitive advantage and you're in a way better position than I am.
And I think to be fair, a lot of it does come down to discipline, you know. And I think
No,
that's the tough thing. It's discipline, bro. Because
yeah.
at the end of the day, yeah, and this is what even happens, bro. So let's say you're like 20, well, let's say even like our age, 23,
Mm,
and you know that, listen, I need to pattern something so I can, let's say, get out of this job or whatever it is you want to do, yeah.
yeah.
The problem is that, let's say you're now working 9 to 5, 9 to 6, wherever it is.
Mm,
It takes discipline to get home and then work on the other thing, bro. Do you get it? Like it takes discipline to actually be able to put in the time to do that. It takes discipline to on a Saturday still wake up at 7 a.m.
mm.
and pattern
No.
the day as if it was a normal day, bro. Do you get it?
Yeah,
Or
word,
on a
word.
Sunday or wherever it is, isn't it?
No, for
So
real.
it's tough, innit? It's tough. It's not. If it was easy, you
Everyone would do it.
everyone would do it, bro. But at the same time, it's doable.
It's doable, 100% it's doable.
Do you
And
know
literally, like what you've just said now, I've literally not had a whip for the last 2 weeks.
what I mean?
So last week I was like, I can't. It's long for me to actually go to the gym. So I was like, you know what? Let me go on runs instead. But still, despite the runs, I had to walk home. It's like even now I've got to walk home I'm now
Yeah.
going to the gym today because I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the gym, but today I'm gonna have to walk home. My
Right.
legs are gonna be burning, John, by the time I get home. I've
Simple.
then got to I said I'm gonna run to the gym. I'm gonna run to the gym, get to the gym, do a gym session, come
Run
back
back.
home,
Hmm.
which is all time I could be just chilling, doing my
That is.
thing, which is obviously some people would think, you know, fair enough, you had a long day at work, but it's whether you're willing to put yourself out of your comfort zone in order to gain the most back from it. Do you get what I'm saying? So I was just like, you know what, it's got to be done. Everyone's got the same, like Molly May said, we all got the same 24 hours on a day.
Simple, simple. But here's the thing though, how do you feel like you've developed that discipline? How do you feel like you've got to the point where you're like, you know what, let me pattern it? Versus other people
Because
that just can't be asked.
I have the fear of regret, John.
It's,
That's my biggest
that's
fear.
your thing, fear of regret.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my biggest fear. I would just never like looking back on any. It literally stems from anything. Like I literally cannot look back on anything and think, you know what, I could have done that. Do you know what I'm saying? I remember even when I
Right.
was younger. I remember there was one time went to a all you can eat buffet with my parents. I
You
just
said, I'm gonna regret not mentioning this, bro.
no, when my parents were like, why don't you stop? And I was like, you know, later on when I'm hungry, I'm gonna
Yeah.
look back at this and be like, you know, I could have had one more plate of food. Do you
Nah,
get
I
what I'm
hear it
saying?
still. I hear it. I hear it.
So when it comes to that, it's like for me, I'll look at every situation and think like, come for example, come May. Let's say if I'm not the physical condition I thought I would have been
Mm,
in May, back in January. If I
mm,
get to May and I'm not in that condition, I would have been like, what the hell? I
mm.
could have though. I would have thought back to every time I decided to stay in bed and not get up on the Saturday, or every time I decided to go home and not end up going to the gym straight after and been like,
Right.
what am I doing? And that's what I mean. But the thing is, you can't buy that time back. It's gone.
Yeah.
You might as well not even think about it. That's what I'm saying. I would rather like if that was really not the case for me. Like let's say for example, I get to whatever stage I get to in life, I'm going to be content with it because this is it's a choice that I had to make in the moment, and I made that choice, and this is the outcome of it. Do you know what I'm saying? You got
Right.
to be content with it because we all have the choice to make certain decisions, and that's why
Right.
certain people are in better positions than others. Like I don't believe in all this. Like I know some people may be in better positions to begin with
Yeah.
than
Starting.
the starting line, but there's no reason why like you're always better off than someone else. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Always, always. This is what I'm saying about the car. Someone doesn't have a car to complain about that they don't. Do you get what I'm
100%.
saying?
100%.
But so
100%.
nah, for real. But what's how long you got left?
I've got like 5 minutes, bro. I've got like five
Don't
minutes
know
till
more.
thingy, yeah.
What was I going to say?
I even had a question, unless you have a question, you know.
Oh yeah, go on, go on.
My question was gonna be, yeah, so kind of relate to what you're saying in about like fear of regret and that. What would you say for you is the main thing or the thing that you struggle with the most at the moment in terms of like, let's say you're trying to get to a certain goal in it, boom, whatever it is, whether it's to get into shape or whether it's to
Mm-mm.
hit a certain number in terms of following or whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you feel like just for you on a personal level is the thing that you struggle with the most, bro?
Right now it's my weekends. The
So
weekends, John. Yeah. So I think obviously because I was chatting to Jazz the other day, he called me and we were chatting about like currently where we at with our fitness, and I was saying when you're, I don't know if it's because I'm with someone, but when you're with someone, I'm not trying to make her do what I'm doing. Do you get what I'm
mm,
saying? That's my choice. Do you get what I'm saying?
mm,
So I'm
mm,
not trying
mm.
to now obviously say, oh yeah, cool, we're eating chicken and broccoli and rice. Do you get what I'm saying?
Do
Like
you reckon she'd be on that? She'd be on that though, innit?
she'd be on it, but I'm just not. I know it's not let's say for example if that was both the same goal that we had, then I'd be like,
Right,
cool, it's calm. But I know
right,
it's not, so I'm not willing to because for me it's an everyday thing. Do you get what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right,
But
right.
sometimes I do think as well that I do want to enjoy life a bit and not restrict myself so much. Especially now, it's not like where we're living together currently. If
Right.
we were, it'd be like a thing where it'd be like, cool, Monday to Friday, we're on this.
And then
Saturday.
yeah,
But because like now, currently it's probably like a weekend thing where we're seeing each other, I've
yeah,
got to then make the most of it. But then I find sometimes I feel like I'm mashing in work in the week, eating at one point, going to the gym, weekends, it all goes out the window.
bro. I'm telling you, yeah. I was even telling Jazz this year when I got back from Spain because he picked me up from the one station. Yeah, you see when you have a partner, whatever it is, bro. That's when you're at your weakest, bro. You see, when you're when you're spending time with your partner,
Nah,
bro, you're at
it's when
your
you're at your
weakest,
weakest.
bro.
It's when you're
You're
at
at
your
your weak, like
weakest.
you're too like. I remember even someone skipped before this, like when you spend too much time with your girl, it's like, bro, I need to leave. Like I haven't made any bread, so I've been it. Like I need to leave. Like what? Like I put on weight, bro. Like she like you just like you go into another world, bro, and then you have to come back to reality, like rotted. I'm worse off, bro.
No,
And I
word,
can't
word,
lie, I
word.
even completely hear it.
Nah,
Completely.
bro. When I came back, so I saw this weekend and I got home. John, why am I seeing the scale is just doing this?
Nah,
It's just
shit, like,
it's
nah.
not it's not good. It's just consistently, and it's like I'm undoing all the hard work I've done in the week. Yes, John. Yesterday I fasted. You know, I might
Nah,
as
you
well
have
been
to.
doing. I might as well been doing Ramadan yesterday, John. I
The
fasted.
100.
I fasted all day. I didn't eat from the morning until. Nah, TV, John. All I ate yesterday, I think, was a protein bar. You know, I
Hmm.
didn't even have dinner.
Was
I
that a
literally,
case where you just had stuff to do and you kind of forgot, or was like you were actually like, nah, I'm
well,
hungry, I'm
no,
gonna eat.
I intentionally didn't eat
Right,
during the day. And
right.
then I got home, and you know when you don't eat all day, you kind of become calm with it. Like
Yeah, yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah. You said, you know what,
oh,
I've already done 12 hours. I might as well chill about, yeah.
you might
And
as
then
well.
and then you fall asleep, bro. You get tired, you
Yeah,
fall asleep.
word. But like now, I feel like I needed to do that because now I've gone back. My equilibrium has gone back to normal now. So
Right.
now I need to now work on this and say cool, cool, cool. But then I'm gonna see her on Friday. I messaged her yesterday. She was like, oh yeah, can we see each other on Friday? I was like, yeah. What do you want to do? She was like, can we go and get some food at Blue Water? I'm like, no.
Nah, nah, I hear it. Nah, I even hear it still.
But
I even
it's
hear it.
it's there does come a point where you need to enjoy life a little bit, but it's like at the same time, if you really want to achieve something, sometimes like even like I'm telling myself, I have to put my foot down and be like, you know what? I know this is what you want to do, but for
Hmm.
me personally, right now, my goals where I want to be, it's not the one. And I know if I have that conversation, then she'll definitely just be like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I think she'll be on it. But to
Nah,
be fair, you can
thing
find.
is, I know for a fact she'd be like, yeah, that's calm. But you know, sometimes you like lie to yourself and say to yourself, I'm using seeing her as like, oh
100%.
yeah,
Yeah,
calm.
yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah,
eat
yeah,
whatever I
yeah.
want. In reality, it's just you choosing to like use it as an excuse. Like
Sure.
I sometimes I know I'm using seeing her as an excuse to be like that, even though realistically she would be on board if I did. But
No
that's when you
word.
just got to be disciplined.
No word. Oh, I haven't even top on this call in it, but man, I'm
Nah,
sure.
tell her more.
I'll
We'll
shout
catch
you
you
as
in a
well on
bit.
it. Oh, also, Lachlan even hollered me in it. Anyways, I'll shout you about it, but
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
go
yeah,
on
yeah.
this.
She messaged me as well. Say no
Say no,
more.
fam. Alright, come.
Catch you
Say
in a
no,
bit.
fam.